Hello and welcome back to Planet Imo. I'm going to uni today. Now I didn't go yesterday and I didn't film anything yesterday. I had a day off, I think. I don't think I missed any lectures, and then I found something written down somewhere. I thought, was I supposed to go? And I don't know. I couldn't find hide and hair of it on the sort of student intranet, my timetable bit, so hopefully I didn't miss one. Anyway, I've got some today. I've got my first flute lesson in 26 years. I don't feel very prepared for it because of this ongoing cough situation, but anyway, I've got an update on that. After I've done that, I'm going to meet my personal tutor for the first time in his office, and then I've got a big gap of things, so I'll probably do some practice and do some editing and that sort of thing. And then after that, I am going to be doing the pop ensemble thing and start from scratch learning to do sound, you know, sound engineering. So very exciting day of firsts coming up for me. I've got a little health update before I skedaddle and get going. You know, I was talking about my various problems, the asthma, the cold sores, that sort of thing. Well, I managed to get a GP appointment yesterday. Where I live, you have to ring at 8 in the morning and try and get one for the same day. That's how it works. You can't book in advance. Not as far as I know. I think like at 9:30 on a Monday morning, there's a few available that you could book in advance, but they go like hotcakes, as you can imagine, and they're soon gone, you know. Anyway, I've got a couple of inhalers now. I got the preventative one to use twice a day, once morning, once at night, and I've got the blue one for the emergency use, so I'll probably be using that in my gigs. So it's a step forward, starting to conquer it. I'd been just hoping it would go away, because normally when I get a cold, the asthma comes within 6 to 8 weeks, it's gone, you know, it's fizzling off again and it's not a bother. But this is just, I've got a permanent cough now, it's not going, so had to face up to that, really. I don't like to think of myself being compromised when it comes to flute playing, you know. I work so hard at it, and I don't know, it feels like failure if I've got asthma, because I feel like I've done so much exercise with my lungs that they should be superb, you know, not struggling. Anyway, they are struggling, so sometimes acceptance is the beginning to improvement. So hopefully we'll be on the up now with that, so that's good. And I asked about getting the course of acyclovir tablets to prevent recurring cold sores. The answer was no. She gave me a tube of cream to use instead at the first feel of tingle. So it was a no to the tablets. I could have got them on Superdrug online if I'd have paid $49.99. I did a little bit of exploring. You see, my local pharmacist, I rang originally to ask the pharmacist, are you able to prescribe them based on my, you know, case history, my notes, and they said no. But Superdrug Online Doctor can. It's a paid service, and you can pay £25 for a consultation on the phone with a doctor at Superdrug. And also you can put in all your symptoms, answer all the questions that pop up, and they'll tell you what you need and how much you can pay for it. And I don't know what the postage and packing cost. But I thought, well, I've got to go to the GP anyway, so I'll wait till I go to the GP. And the answer was no anyway. And it's funny because I received conflicting advice from what my daughter gets from her dermatologist, so every time I go, I get a different advice on everything. It's just one of those things. Right, so I don't know. I'm just going to follow her advice. Right, I'm going to make myself some food and pack the rest of the bits into my bag, and I shall see you on the way to uni. I've arrived early at the train station. I've got about 10 minutes before the train is going to come along, so I'm going to eat one of my sandwiches now. I actually made tuna sandwiches with tinned tuna today because I was just not enjoying the cheese sandwiches I was making. They were just dry and bland and boring. They were easy to throw together, but didn't enjoy them. So I think I'm going to enjoy this a lot more. Can't eat tuna every day though, can you? It's one is advised not to due to the mercury content, apparently. Yes, this has been much nicer sandwich. Gets a thumbs up from me. I think I need to sit and brainstorm what sandwich fillings would be nice. I never ever done that. I just accept being bored by my sandwiches, you know. It's time for some change on that. My journey's nearly at an end. I've been mostly editing all the way, getting off the next stop now. We are now at... Look at that lovely blue sky for a change. I am going to be on time for my first flute lesson in 26 years, but it's no thanks to the trains, because there was a delay of about 25 minutes. I'm in the room where the lesson's going to be. It's actually empty at the moment, and the lesson is in 15 minutes, so it gives me a great opportunity to just warm my instrument up a bit. I was thinking I really should, and I didn't book anything. I was thinking, should I get an extra hour of sleep, or should I book an hour of practice? And wow, I think I did the right thing. I've just swapped practice rooms. Can you believe my teacher had the same plan? So she just turned up that instant I turned the camera off there, and I said, I'll tell you what, you do your warming up and I'll go and find somewhere else to warm up, and I'll be back in 15 minutes. So that's what we're going to do.
While I'm out, I need to find a nice quiet private place to have a chat to you and tell you all the things I've been doing. Otherwise you're going to be looking at my coffee cup the whole time. Anyway, I have got something unexpected to do. There's something in my pocket there, which is my student ID card, and it needs to be activated in order to open the doors. And it's not been activated. I didn't realise. I think my week of sickness didn't help on that front. Anyway, so I'm going to go and get that done now. So I've got to walk to another building and do that, and I think I'm going to buy some food while I'm there. Even though I've got some sandwich left, I haven't got that much left, and I'm in for hours and hours to come, so I'll have something from Greg's or something. I think I found a nice park to come and vlog in. I'll just find a nice little spot now and settle down and have a quick chat to you and tell you what I've been doing. There are a few other students in the park sitting on the benches reading a book. I'm just hoping one of the benches is going to be empty and then I can do some vlogging on it. It's just an entrance, in fact, not a bench. Oh, there's an entrance. Oh, there's me on that bench as well. Oh, I'll just find somewhere to stand. Go in the corner. I spotted one over there. That one there. Or there. And I go for one of those. People on the last two benches have been chatting away on their phones. Lovely surroundings. Lovely buildings all around. They're all chatting to their phones and I'm chatting to the camera, I'm chatting to you. So I had my flute lesson, first flute lesson in 26 years. It was just like getting back on a bike, is that the expression? Back into a warm bed. It didn't seem strange at all because I'd done it before, you know, so much for so many years in a row before the great break of flute lessons. Yeah, it's just great, yeah. Talked a lot about sort of stylistic elements, I suppose. Not specifically so much about technique at this point, but really it was more of an introduction for her to me as it was for me to her, if you know what I mean. She needs to gauge my level, where are my weaknesses and strengths, so that she can adapt accordingly, and she wants to know what I wanted to do specifically, you know, because some people apparently are very specific. Maybe they only want to focus. She gave the example of just music written by women, for example, or music of a very specific period, whereas I would like to use this opportunity to really explore a lot of different things. So I want a real mixture, just for me personally. So anyway, that was good. The hour flew by. I took some notes, I got some homework, some specific things to learn for the next one, which I'm already looking forward to. Then I had to rush, didn't have time for a wee or anything. I had to rush to the next lecture, and so I literally ate a sandwich between leaving the practice room where the lesson was and arriving in the lecture theatre. I was saying, oh gosh, there's going to be like a trail of crumbs, you'll be able to see where I went. Anyway, so yeah, I had a half sandwich. So yeah, then did a lecture on performance, but again, it's still at the very introductory phase somehow, so a lot of it's kind of just an overview of what we've got to come rather than actually dealing with really very much right now. But somehow that filled up an hour and a half, I think, hour and 20 minutes actually, and took lots of notes. So I've got that to go through later and just jog my memory. A lot of it's stuff that was already written in the handbook for our course, so I've got to read that anyway, but I just can't help myself taking notes. But it helps me to engage there and then with the lecture if I'm taking notes. There's more of a danger of me zoning out and realising I'm not listening if I'm not actively listening to jot things down somehow. I think it's better that I take notes, even if there's a big handout with those key points hidden in the depth of it all, you know. I write down key points. Anyway, where am I going with that? And then I had to meet my personal tutor in another part of the building, and I was busting for a pee. Oh my gosh, but I didn't have time. I just didn't. And I realised that my thing needs activating. We have to go and actually activate our student ID cards. I'm showing my phone because it's in the flap. Got to get it activated, and I've got to go to a certain place to get it activated, and that certain place has a Greg's, so I can buy some food. I'm ready for a nice Greg's pasty now. I've been very good making my own lunches, but I tell you what, I ate half of the sandwich on the way at my local train station for breakfast, half of one on the way to the lecture, and I've only got one little bit left, so I'm going to need to tank up, aren't I? Might need to buy something for later as well. We'll see. Right, anyway, I better go on with that then. And I've got to dab hand at just using the kettle upstairs to make my sort of instant coffee, sachet coffee things. I quite like them, but the thing is I've got the sugary ones, and I don't take sugar in coffee, but I secretly like it. And so I need to get a grip of myself and get non-sugared ones next time, because they're just so nice. But I feel like my teeth are getting coated, you know, with plaque. Right, come on, Imo, up you get. Let's go and get this thing sorted. I came into a very, very fancy bit, a very, very old bit. I'm very excited. Apparently there is a cafe here. Apparently there are a number. I just need to look on student intranet to find them all. It's closed apparently. I think this must be a vending machine one, but it's good to know it's here anyway. Oh look, is that hot water? Yeah. Oh, so you could make a cup of tea, a couple of microwaves. I didn't know about that. Vending machines for things and cold drinks. Cool, there's somebody studying, I'm being quiet. That must be the chemistry bit. Why are there steps going up to that window? Oh, because it's like an emergency exit or something. Okay, right, I'm going to go to Greg's, I think. Cafe shuts at 4. It's 4:30 now. Oh, look at this. It's like a flipping museum or something. It's palatial. My bit's not like anything like this. My bit's much smaller and more intimate. God, it's majestic. Thank you. Oh, Lou's got that. Always handy to know where the Loos are. Cheese and onion bake, very hot and yummy. And I'm charging my phone up as well. It's just gone a little bit quieter in this Greg's where I am. There were people sitting here and there before, but they seem to have exited. I've been taking the time to message my boyfriend a bit. We're catching up a bit about how our days are going. Always nice. This is possibly quite bad, but I really fancy a cake. I'm just sitting here thinking, I've only got half a sandwich left and a banana and a couple of bits of fruit for like afterwards, and I'm thinking I should tank up on food a bit or get something else to bring with me. I didn't really want any of the other savouries. They have cake, and thank you very much to Carwin for his donation to the channel. I already mentioned it, but it was for coffee and cake, and I've got a feeling the cake portion of that is about to get purchased and eaten, quite frankly. So I'm thinking about my last hour, and I've got about an hour and a half between now and the next thing that I'm going to do, which is the pop music thing, where I'm going to learn sound, and I'm so excited. I do wonder if I'm going to get brain boggled very quickly. If there's a lot of numbers, it'll just go over my head. Oh dear. The gamelan was numbers as well. Instead of saying note names, they have numbers for the notes, and I cannot remember more than about 3 numbers in a sequence. I just have to strain my brain to get around the numbers and then just remember how the tune goes. Once I've played the tune once, I just remember the tune. And like the patterns that you can see before you, you know, where there's a gap there every time, or it goes down and then it goes down again, but one note lower, that sort of thing. So yeah, anyway, hopefully there's not going to be loads of numbers in this evening's proceedings, and I'll be there for about 3 hours. It's a long one. So 3 hours or 2.5. It's quite long anyway. Oh, there's a queue now, just as I'm talking about cake. I'm wondering if they could possibly have custard slices left. I feel like I need to treat myself because, I don't know, just every day feels like a special occasion at the moment for me. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get a cake. Well, they didn't have custard slices, but they did have pink donuts, and I've got a cup of tea to wash it down. Oh, lovely. And in about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, I'm going to head over and try and do an hour's practice before the pop thingy. Oh, I had a little disaster. I missed the lecture yesterday. I just had a timetable malfunction. I'm finding that all the bits of timetable components are not in, they're supposed to be in a centralised place on our intranet, but not everything's been added. Like, only 2 or 3 things have been added, and all the rest are coming in dribs and drabs. I've taken them down in manual notes, in lectures, they're coming via emails. And I just, what with my week off as well, I managed to miss one yesterday. So there we are. It was in my diary, and then I was trying to work out where it had come from, but I didn't spot it until it was time I should have already left. But I couldn't work out why I'd put it down and whether I thought I might have got that wrong when I was presuming there was something, because I spotted that the same title was on today as well. So I thought, oh, I must have put it in wrong. It must have been today. So perhaps I put it in wrong, like in the first few days or something. No, it was right. I should have gone to both of them. Anyway. I'm living my best life. This is the high life, this is. I'm going to be too full to play my flute though. Oh, my breathing was so much better. I got given an inhaler, like a preventer inhaler yesterday by the GP, and I've only used it 3 times because it's twice a day. It must be a coincidence or psychological, but I played my flute without any cough issues for the first time in, I don't know, 15 weeks or something. Let's see how that goes anyway. It could just be a false thing, I don't know. But what a difference. Well, I hope that continues because I really need it. Apparently you can tell which bake you're eating in Greg's by the pattern on the pastry that's in the bag. Look. And oh, I asked them something. I had heard from one of you that you can get a free sausage roll with a student card at Greg's, so I asked them what do you have to do to get that, and apparently if you get a sandwich and a drink you can then get a free sausage roll with it if you show your student card, so there we are. I haven't done it yet.
Yes, I brought my trusty metronome with me from home. Unfortunately not page 2 of this piece that I've just been asked to learn, but I have it on my iPad in downloads, which I printed it off from in the first place, so that was handy. Just every so often I'm just like, shovel. But you can get page turners, apparently like Bluetooth ones, you just do a tap the foot or something. It's late at night now. I've finished other things that I was doing. I'll tell you about that in a bit. I've only got half a sandwich in my bag and I'm starving, so I'm having a little look, see what there is. I wonder if there's a reduced to clear section. I'm gonna have a little look around, see what I can find. Oh, I could eat one of those right now. Oh, I see. Meal deal, £3.50. Oh, it's worth getting that, isn't it? Because it's like £3 something just for a sandwich. Main snack and drink. Right, so I'm gonna get something. I caved. I went for the chocolate look, so I went for the meal deal. I had a co-op members card, so it came to £3.50 like for a prawn mayo sandwich. Oh, with lemon and black pepper. Yum. This, which I don't know, I might have had it before, I don't know. Rhubarb. Pop and we have that. It's as late now, I've just got in and it's as late as when I get in from my gigs, quite frankly, so that was quite a late one. The pop music ensemble thing was not what I expected. For a start there was 2 sessions with 2 distinct groups of students, so it wasn't one group all the way through the entire rehearsal, which is 2.5 hours. It was broken in half. Also, I was expecting a staff member to be training anyone that wanted to do sound. Well, he wasn't there on this week, but he had been the previous week and sort of set everybody off and given them a starter course, I think. So I was learning from 3 other students that had their first one last week. So they didn't know a lot yet, but they were very, very helpful, and I plagued them with questions after a while. I was like, what does that do there, and how can we get it so we can see this, and how, you know, all that malarkey. But anyway, I've taken a photo of the desk, and I bet there's tutorials on YouTube that I could watch in the week between now and then to try and sort of catch up a bit on what I missed in that first week when I was ill. So yeah, it was interesting. There was a lot sitting around and reacting to just volume levels, really. The only things we were responsible for miking up was 4 vocalists, because the piano wasn't mic'd up, the drum kit wasn't mic'd up, and the guitar and bass guitar, they were just going through their own amps, so they weren't coming out of the whole sound system that we were dealing with. We were only doing the microphones, and that was all. But it was a good soft start, I guess, and I helped to put things away at the end of the night. Apparently I should have been following the WhatsApp group for it. There's been messages pinging in, because I disable my notifications on my phone apart from family and very close friends and my boyfriend, so I didn't get any of the WhatsApp messages saying, can you arrive in good time to have it set up before it started, so I missed the start, whoops daisy. But I did get my practice in. I did an hour of practice in that practice room. Anyway, yes, it's a good day again. I'm not in tomorrow. I probably won't film anything for this channel tomorrow. There'll be a vlog up tomorrow for you, but it'll be filmed on a later day because I've got a little bit of a time lag at the moment. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this one. Do give it a like if you happen to like it. Click on a playlist, wherever it is, to watch more videos from me right now, or subscribe to the channel. It's free. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.